Hello, Jen from Phoenix and Lotus here with an unboxing video of a tarot deck. I know, I've been on an oracle kick for a while, so this is a shift back to my first and primary love, tarot. And this is this is the Starchild Akashic edition. I have no idea how best to open this box, but we will start there. And again with the purple knife, my favorite trusty purple knife, which is apparently not helping me because this box is just some kind of extra sealed here. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to open it the wrong way. That would be my problem. Ooh, pretty. So, thank you, Starchild Tarot Akashic. Lovely little card. And then, beautiful, beautiful, big old box. Big, thick box. With plenty of space for me to slide the knife in between the edge of the box and the plastic, which is always a good thing. So, this is the Akashic edition. And as you can see, there is cup, wand, coin, sword on the side of the box. And on the back, we have some pictures of some of the cards. The Starchild Tarot 79 card deck and guidebook by Danielle. And, ooh, inside the box, we are all stardust. Wings. Okay. Then the book, as above, so below. And, oh, this is really cool. So, the book is pretty beefy for what I was expecting. It's 160 pages, and this is really cool. It lists who the models are in the deck, which is really nice. That's an excellent way to sort of acknowledge and thank them for their participation. But the book, I'm really liking the book. So she has a couple of pages. Initially, it's just about introduction. What does Akashic mean? Talking about your higher self, healing with the tarot, reading, cleansing your cards, internal forces, shuffling, coming up with questions, additional guidance, tarot spreads, sheet guides. There's a couple custom spreads that she has in here just for this deck, which are nice. Ooh. Oh, the Metatron spread. That is very cool. And then she gets into the different suits, talking about swords, crystals, wands, and cups. Okay, so crystals here would replace pentacles or coins. And then court cards, characteristics of the different suits. And then spiritual keys, chakras, gemstones, different guides associated with each card. So, oh, she's got the whole 13 chakra system in here. I know most people are familiar with 7, but then she's got the higher chakras and the Earth Star in there as well. And she talks about what each one aligns with. So this is really great. The print is really, really tiny, but it's really great information. So I'm excited about that. And then then it gets into the different cards. And so for each card, there's a little, for the summary, she talks about, there's a picture of the card, here's the overall message. Then she talks about additional meanings, reversal, and then she's got this awesome little table that summarizes things. So the chakras, the gemstones, the astrology or planetary connections that line up with it, different symbols, and spiritual guides that connect with that particular card. And I'm checking to see if that goes all the way through. That is only for the major arcana. So for the minor arcana, you just get meanings, upright and reversed. You don't get the little table, but that is still really, really cool. This is an excellent book. I'm looking forward to working with that. And now, the cards. So my OCD is a little, I don't know. There's a little bit of extra room in this box for these cards. My OCD wants them to fit a little bit tighter. So, I don't know. I'll get over it. It's definitely not a big deal. But they have the edges. Now, I am not normally a huge fan of gold, but this is a really sort of muted matte gold. It's not sparkly, like 70s disco Elvis Vegas jumpsuit. It's a very classy, subtle gold. Very nicely done. And then the cards themselves have this ethereal imagery, and they all have, this is really nice. So inside, in the artwork, which is really hard to show you here, but there's little tiny, very faintly, you can see some of the sacred geometry symbols in there. The High Priestess and her tiger, that is striking. The Empress, the Emperor, Hierophant, the Lovers, Chariot, Justice, Serenity, Wheel of Fortune, Strength, Perspective, Transformation, Temperance, Oppression, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun, Awakening, the Universe, and bonus card, Akashic Records. So those are major arcana. And now for the minor arcana, we start with the Ace of Crystals, Two of Crystals, Three of Crystals, 4, 5 of Crystals. That green is very, very nice, very pentacles green there that I like. 6 of Crystals, 7, 8, 9. And again, here's another example where you can kind of see in that corner the very faint sacred geometry symbols in there. Well, here's a not subtle example where you can see the sacred geometry. So look at me trying to show that off to you. That worked really well. Page of Crystals, Knight of Crystals, Queen of Crystals. I love her tiger. And then the King of Crystals. So there are your pentacles, coins, crystals. Now we have swords. So 2 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 4 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 6, 7, 8. This is a less sort of trapped feel to this card than I expected. I don't know how I feel about that, but 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 10. Again, less dark than a lot of other interpretations of this card. So Page, Knight, like that, dipping the toe in the water, the Queen, King. Then we have the Ace of Wands, 2, 3, 4. I like that. Really like that. 5 of Wands, 6, 7 of Wands. That's not what I expected either, but I love the artwork, but I think it might take me a while to get the interpretation of that one down based on the artwork. So 8 of Wands, 9, 10, Page, Knight, Queen of Wands, and the King. Now we come to my suit, Cups, Emotion, Intuition. So Ace of Cups, 2, 3. No people? I don't know. This is normally the celebration and coming together of people card, so it's interesting to me that there are not people in this card, whereas there have been definitely people in the other ones. 4 of Cups, lovely little Siamese. Soft spot for the Siamese, so that's good. 5 of Cups, 6, 7, 8. This one's a little more clearly manipulated than some of the others. Digitally, this definitely has a more digital feel than some of the others. It's less sort of ethereal and more like, oh, somebody photoshopped that. But then you come back to like the 9 here is very smooth, and that works really well. 10, Page, Knight, Queen of Cups, Leopard, yes, and the King of Cups. And these are an amazing, super thick stock, but it's got a matte finish. They're not all crazy shiny. It's a big deck. I showed you the box, but you know, this is a big, thick deck. Probably even bigger and wider than, say, the Lumina or the Wild Unknown. This is a beefy, beefy deck. So if you have really small hands or you have a hard time shuffling, probably not a great deck for you. I'm 5'8", so I have decent, I don't have, you know, giant man hands or anything, but I have good sized hands. And these are a bit, yeah, these are a bit challenging to shuffle. And I have been working a lot with some of the larger decks lately, so we'll see. But they do feel really nice in my hand. And that is good. And I love this matte sort of finish, both to the cards and the sides. I'm not a huge fan of super glossy, so bonus points for excellent, excellent cardstock and printing choices. So that is the Starchild Tarot Akashic edition. And you will get more insight on how I feel about this deck in a week or so, when I've had time to just hang out with it, get to know it, shuffle, do some random bonding with the deck. I do have an article, or a blog post rather, on some of the ways that I bond with the new deck. So if you're interested in learning more about that, I'll post a link so you can go on over and check that out. But meantime, that is the Starchild Tarot.